associations. How will you support the neighborhood associations and ensure your constituents' concerns are addressed? We will start from this side now with Dr. Ware Asbury.
I think this job as city council rep is one that requires a leader, a proven leader, and I am a proven leader at the national level. Not only that, I think this job is a full-time job, 24/7, and we should make ourselves accessible to the constituency at the time that is convenient for them, not for us. So what I intend to do is to do as I did in the military, serve 24/7 and be available when the people who I chose to serve need me.
Ms. Garcia?
Thank you. I think anyone here who knows me or knows the type of practice I run know that they can reach me 24/7. You send me an email and within half an hour you have a response. It comes to my phone, it's there, and that's the nature of the practice I run. I run a family law practice, so there's always crises, there's always something going on, and I think all my clients can attest that I'm always readily available. I think that's one of the best mechanisms. You can see on all the information I'm handing out, my cell phone's on there. You can call me on my cell phone, you can talk to me, not 24/7, but within reasonable hours. I also intend to have some type of both economic forums and neighborhood forums on a monthly basis where folks can get together and talk about some of their concerns that are going on. So those are both my demonstrated and my future intents.
Mr. Hinojosa?
Thank you. Well, apart from the fact that I'm going to turn City Hall into a fishbowl, you'll be able to look into it and see exactly what's going on and who's doing what. I also will have the internet updated to where you can log on and find out exactly what's on the spending table and who's behind it, who's benefiting, and what is the cost-benefit analysis. In addition to that, I think that every decision, especially with what's going on here on the west side, with the open spaces and the builders and the back and forth, we need to have meetings where three parties are involved. The city, the builders, and the people affected by the building. That needs to be regular. And the people who are affected by the builders need to be heard. And the builders need to be given a chance to build, but also taking into account the people they're affecting. And City Council needs to be involved in that and encouraging those meetings at least on a monthly basis.
Mr. Schechter?
As a former president of a neighborhood association, I know very well Save the Valley and their folks. I'm not worried about whether I'm going to hear from them or not. So it's not a question of me having to go out to them. I'm sure the neighborhood associations are going to come to me. The other thing is, I don't plan on being at City Hall. I can't imagine you going down to City Hall to see your representative. So I will use the funds that the city allows me to open up a headquarters, if you will, an office on the west side here so that everybody's centrally located so that all the people in the district can come and visit and make it convenient for them. So convenience is the key word. Neighborhood associations, they make the noise that they're supposed to, they'll find me.
Lily?
Yes, well, I've had a monthly meeting since I've been in office, and I always try to have a topic for someone from the city departments to speak to the neighbors. I kind of want to know how they feel, and I want them to know what's going on at City Hall. I am also very pleased with the Neighborhood Coalition. It's a group of neighborhoods that have come together, and I always do read their minutes and try to know what's going on because that gives me a good idea about neighborhoods, not only in District 1, but across the city, what they need. And as a former president of a neighborhood association, I am very involved in neighborhood associations, and I think they're the heart of the city.
That's great. Can I just say something? I want everyone to test me on what I told them. My email's on there. Y'all email me after this meeting and then see how quickly I get back to you.
Would you please give us your vision for the Upper Valley region and how you would go about securing that vision? And if you can please give us the specific practical steps you would take to secure the vision for the Upper Valley. Dr. Ware Asbury.
To answer that question, I would first touch bases on an intimate level with the constituency. My vision for the Upper Valley is a personal one. I am not the only one that lives in the Upper Valley. It is necessary to develop a plan that's going to impact everyone and everyone be contented with that. I must solicit input with that, from the individuals, rather, the constituents that's going to be impacted. And I would form a committee, various committees, to decide at various levels how we would want to draw up a plan that would decide on how the valley would live in the immediate presence as well as in the future. And that means that at various times we would have to fine tune that.
Ms. Ness-Garcia.
I would oppose the expansion of Red Road, and I would ensure that the Upper Valley is maintained with the unique personality that it has. When I chose to live in the Upper Valley, it was because I got a piece of land that was large. It was because I had horses next door. It was because my daughter had a huge backyard to play in. And it was because it was green. We had water. And that's why I lived there. And so that would be my understanding is close to 2,000 people have already said exactly how they feel about the expansion of Red Road, and we have to listen to that position because it affects them first. So that's my vision for the Upper Valley.
Mr. Hinojosa.
There's three characteristics for the Upper Valley and what's happening with it. The first one, of course, is growth and transportation, how to accommodate that. The second is the building, or how we're going to expand building on this side. And the third one is safeguarding the pristine character of what the Upper Valley represents, especially to the people who are already living there. The answer is not in me. The answer is going to come from the people who are going to be affected by it. See, my job is to represent you, not to dictate you what I think it should be. When I listen to you, and everyone involved with these changes and these growths are going to happen, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to represent your interests.
Mr. Schechter.
Well, if we go back to what I started off with, the second most important thing was neighborhoods. Upper Valley is a neighborhood, very large. My vote will be for maintaining the look, the feel, and the ambiance that we know is the Upper Valley. I will also move to try and remove Red Road from the TxDOT plan. I will also attempt to block TxDOT's expansion of Trans Mountain Road into a racetrack. And I will vote against allowing commercial development within the Upper Valley. I know that the people in the Upper Valley like their rural feel. We don't mind going to a distance or so to get to grocery stores and gas stations or whatever. They are opposed to having those type of commercial enterprises zoned within the Upper Valley, and I will support that. I have a real distaste for people that move into an area because they like it, and then they complain about all the things that they used to have and they want to have there in their new location. My feeling is, if you don't like where you are and it doesn't suit your needs, don't make everybody else change. Why don't you just move? So if you don't like the Upper Valley, you don't like it being rural, you don't like it being green, you don't like two-lane roads and stuff like that, then go somewhere else.
Thank you, Mr. Schechter. Your time's up. Representative Lilly.
Well, when I got into office, there was already an ordinance for the Upper Valley that only 2.5 homes could be built to the acre. And my pledge is to leave that ordinance in place. One of my concerns for the Upper Valley now is a real concern, not just for District 1, but for District 8 too, because of the FEMA maps. At this point, FEMA is saying they may bring in some maps which will identify practically every property in the Upper Valley, and that will cause very high insurance rates. And I hope to work with the federal government and the state government, but mostly the federal government, to hold those maps off until the levee is built, which is supposed to be in 2012, and certified. And when that's done, then the Upper Valley will be safe, because quite frankly, in the last 2006 flood, I don't think the Upper Valley flooded, but now they're in the flood map.
This next question is a little lengthy, so we will allow 2 minutes for each answer. In 2004, City Council removed the Red Road extension across the Rio Grande from the city transportation plan. From 2009, the city put it back in the plan, even though almost